Correct? Right. Let's give the rest like 10 minutes so that they can join, and then we pick from where we stop. Let me know in the chat if you have any issue or problem as we wait for the rest. Welcome, welcome on board, guys. We are still waiting for the rest to join. Let me know in the chat if you have any issue or problem so that we can solve before we kick off today's session. And also let me know if my audio is clear.
Yes, you're clear.
Thank you.
Angel, can you be able to hear us in the meeting? Please let us know. Okay, I think Angel is having trouble with her audio, but no problem. Thank you, Joseph.
So can I kick off?
Yes?
Can I start?
Yes, you can go ahead. I've messaged people in the group, and there are some who are joining via phone. And we have Mr. Patrick is also joining.
Hi.
Hi, Angel. Are you able to hear?
Yeah, I'm now able to hear.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. And we have 2 people who are joining via phone, so they'll be following the session. But otherwise, thank you for joining us, Joseph. You can go ahead.
All right. So what I allow us to do is kindly, Alice, can you share your screen?
I'm not able to share. I'm using my phone to join.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Swale, can you share your screen? Who's able to share the screen? Because on my end, I can't share mine. I don't know why. Please, if you can share a screen, just share a screen because I want to use one of you.
Oh, it seems everyone is, no one has joined with their laptops around. And, I think Joseph is joining with another device. Okay, let me be patient.
Yes, because on my Hello, can anyone hear me from this side? Because on the Zoom app is refusing to share. I don't know why.
I can hear you.
Yes, because now I'm able to. Okay, fine. Because I'm able to share my screen. Let me share a window.
Okay.
So today we may be doing less talk and much coding. So towards the end of the session, I may leave the blog post so that you can, at your free time, you just go through the blog post by yourself. But for today, I just want to focus on coding, and let me know, maybe you'll have some issues along, and you can always reach us at anywhere. You can always uh, email me or text me on social media. I'll always respond. So I'll leave the link to the Medium blog post. Let me check.
I think I'm seeing a black screen. I don't know if others can be able to see your screen clearly.
Let me stop sharing. Let me share it back. Share.
Okay.
Chrome. Okay. Okay, you can now see my screen.
Yes. Yeah, we can now see now.
Okay, perfect. So there's a blog post that I'll leave towards the end of the session. It talks about React from the what you have been doing for last Saturday. So at your free time, please just go through the blog post. I'll leave the link to the description. Yep, this one here. Okay, so let me copy the link here and then let me share it. Right, so I've left the link to the blog post. At your free time, kindly go through the blog post. So let me stop sharing and then share something else. All right, so we'll, as I've mentioned, we'll pick from where we stop. Let me just open the project. So sorry. What's the project? Check. All right. So before I jump in coding, let's just do a quick recap session. Maybe for those who had challenge on a previous session, instead what you can just do to follow along with me is just open up your browser and head over to your favorite browser. For my case, I'm using Chrome. Just head over to Tailwind CSS. Once you're in a Tailwind CSS official website, there's a button up, get started, and then there's this part which says framework guide. Sorry, alafu on the framework guide, kindly there's upper imeandikwa the React. You can follow the steps. They are like five to six steps that they help you to set up your React project with Tailwind. Since Tailwind was upgraded to new version, so I may fear. Okay, so yeah, you can just follow along. So since I'm using a new machine, a different laptop, so I may just have to create a new one. So let me just do quick. Let me just create a new one. So meanwhile, so if you had an issue, you can just follow along. You can just create your new project. Let me open up my terminal and then let me stop sharing this one. So let me do a quick. Okay, let me just create my project. So CD to documents, CD to build. Yes, let's just give it a shot. It will finish. And all right, so it has done to create the project. So let me just do a quick Tailwind setup. So meanwhile, as Tailwind is being installed, what I want you to do is into our SRC folder, let's create a new folder and then name that folder component. So component, this is where we'll put all our files, the about us, the contact us, the navbar, the project, skills, and testimonials. So inside our component folder, let's create 6 files. So 6 files. The first one is the header. You can either name it header or navbar. So I'll go with header.js. And then I'll create another folder. Another file, sorry. Contact. contact.js. Then another folder. We'll have another file, sorry, which will be the project. So remember, all inside our project folder, all letters should start with capital, not small letters. Otherwise, React will complain. So all letters should be in capital letters. I mean, the first letters inside our component folder. So we have that was the project. Then we have the skills.js. And then we need to have another one which is about.js. And then the last one is testimonials.js. All right. So those are the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the 6 files you need to have inside your component folder. And guys, you remember we installed the ES7 snippet. We all remember that we installed it. So we'll be using this tool. It's a snippet tools it will make our work more easy and flow. So to use this snippet or extension, simply, so inside our header, what I want you to do, so inside our header, type underscore, sorry, RFC. So the moment you type RFC or RFC, it will bring you and it will prompt you some options. So I want you to click enter for the first one. So okay, click enter for the first one. It will create for you like a starter code for the project. So let's do the same for the rest, for the contact and the project and the skills and about us. So I'll go to my contact and then I just do the same. RFC, also the same, RFC, and then about us, RFC, and then testimonial, RFC. Boom. So once you are done, now inside our component, so as you can see, we have an empty stuff. So just to make it some, simple stuff, we may just put an text like say, hello, I am header. So just do the same, apply the same to the rest. Hello, I am contact. Apply the same to the rest. Hello, I am project. Also the same. Hello, I am skills. And then do the same. Hello, I am about. And don't forget to save. Hello, I am testimonials. To save the file, it's simple. Just click Control S to save. Yeah, Control S to save. Control S to save, and the last one, Control S to save. Perfect. Now we have created our first components. These are reusable components, and reusable this, we can pass in anytime. If I want to use header, maybe into my entire project. So yeah, perfect. So now once that's done, let me check if my perfect is done. Let me add more. Let me do the last one. Copy. Copy, and then let me clear the terminal. Let me do one more thing there, and then boom. So Tailwind is configure and working. So let's do one more thing. One more thing. Let's change. Copy this. Let's change content. Then paste. Yeah. So if you're wondering where I'm getting this old code, I'm copy and paste it. Just head over to your tailwind.com. Let me share where I'm getting all this snippet. Let me drop it on the comment. Yeah, it's on the chat. Right, so let's proceed. Let's take it off. So that's done. That's done for the tailwind. So now let me close this one. Now, what we want to do is we have already created our components. Now, how do we go and pass in all those components that we have created so that when we visit our browser, we should see, hello, I am skill, hello, I am project, hello, I am about, and the rest. So it's simple. Now, let's head over to our index. Actually, before we do have more, let's do some cleanup. So we don't there's okay we don't need index.css. We don't need app.test. We don't need the logo. We don't need the report setup. So delete all those files. Only don't delete the index.css because we need to pass in some files here. Let me go to Tailwind again. Let me copy this and then paste into my, yeah, so that's all for the tailwind. Perfect. Now, as I was saying, we need to import all these, what we have created, the header, the component, the project, the skills, and about. So how do we go and import all these components? As I've told you, these are reusable components. So how do we go and do it? So inside our app.js. So let's do some cleanup. So let's delete all this code from here, and then let's remove this one. We don't have that. So, and then let's delete that one. Perfect. Now, this simple quote which you're seeing here, the opening brackets and the closing brackets, or in React, they are called fragments. Fragments, they allow you to use more than one component inside it. So in other sense, if we were to use a just simple, like if you were just to use, maybe if I was just to import header, if I was just to import header this way, React will complain. So if I don't have fragments, it's simply like you are not able to use many components. So for us to import all these components, we need to import them. We need to use some fragments so that we don't have React complaining at the end. Right, so, okay, that's it. So let me delete this. So let me have a main here, and then it will carry. Let me put the fragment, sorry. Let me patch, then yes, boom, and we don't have an error. So now let's import the component from here. So we have header, closing bracket, it's a self-closing. We have about, there we go. And the cool stuff about Visual Studio Code, it will always auto import for you. It will just like automatic import for you the component where it's coming from. So you don't have to worry about the rest. So maybe if it won't import, you can just do the normal import. You can just do the normal import. So we have the about page, and then we have the skills page. Perfect, boom. And then we have the testimonials. Sorry, testimonials, perfect, boom. And then we have one more, the contact. Any contact, boom. So that's it. We have already import our component. So now if we run our project, we are supposed to see all the about components, everything we need to see. So let's remove we don't have the app.css, we don't have the logo.css. So one more thing, we need to import. Let me know if my font is too small so that I can increase. So let's import React. Yeah, perfect. React from React. So let me check. We don't have any error. Perfect. Now let's go back to, now let's start up our application. And how do we go and start up our application? It's simple. open up your terminal and just type npm start. So the moment you run npm start, it will start on a local host 3000. Let me head over to my local host 3000. So guys, if we did everything correct, we should be seeing. Okay, so before we, we're still getting some errors. So let's go back to our index.js. Let's do some cleanup here. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, we need to do some cleanup. Otherwise, we'll have the same, you get now. We having errors here, like React is complaining, yeah, it cannot find the report variables.show, blah, blah, blah. We need to clean here. We need to remove this one. Perfect. So now if you save, boom, everything should work correct. So now when we go to our browser, let me share with you my browser. Let me share window, Chrome, share. Now, when you go over to the localhost 3000, you should see what I'm seeing. We have hello, I am header, hello, I am about, and the rest. So simply, this tells you that everything works correct. So let's jump right ahead and let's just start doing. Let me go here to my vessel. Let's new. Let's quickly check what we are supposed to do so that we can jump straight forward. So let me go to my site. Let me search. No. Let me go to dashboard. Sorry, dashboard. Yep, my site. The, okay, there we go. So this is the final build. So let's start building this from scratch. So the first thing is we have the background color, which is somehow blue, somehow gray. Yeah, so let's do that. So let's head over to our Visual Studio Code, and then let's go to our app.js. Let me close all this. Close my yeah, let's head over to app.js. All right, so npm start. Now let's, as I was saying, sorry about that one. So now inside our app, do you see the main tag? So let's apply some background. So we need to say class name. It should bring me the class. Perfect. Class name, and then we should have text. The text color should be gray. Text color should be gray, gray 400, and then the BG background should be gray 900, and then body font. Let's apply some font. Body font. Sorry. Body font. Save. Now, if you save this and you go back to your browser, you should stop sharing. Let me go. Now, if we go back to the browser and refresh, we should have the background color. But as you can see, it's tech. So like the background color is there, but now it's take like a small portion of the website of which we don't want that. So let's head over to our header.js. Let's go to header.js. Header.js. Inside our header.js. Header. Perfect. Now let's start building the header component. Okay, sorry. Before we jump in and start building the header, guys, let's do one more thing. One more thing. Inside our project root file, let's create one more file. So just click hapo kwa git ignore and then new file and then data.js. So this is where we'll be having all our files, like the about us, the contact page, title, some projects that you have done, and more and more and more, and some testimonials and more. And so even this is the file which will carry all our data, the skills, testimonials, projects that you have done, and some, yeah. So let's simply create an object. And how do we create object in React? Simply by typing. So that's too big. So let's say export const. This is how we create some objects in React. It's just simple it's just similar to the way you normally create objects in JavaScript. But in JavaScript, you don't include this export. It's only const, then the title. Okay, let me show you in JavaScript. By saying const, maybe this was a project, say project, you get, and then boom, and then it carries some arrays. So we have some objects inside it. So and then we'll have some the title, blah blah blah, in normal JavaScript. But in React, you need to add the export stuff so that we are able to export the file outside. Maybe if I want, so let's just do one. So we say export const, and then this will be project, and then square bracket, and then this is some data that we'll be using. So it should project should have a title. So let's say maybe maybe you have a project like a project as you see, you guys have been doing HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So now this is the right time to use those projects here. So let me give it a title. Maybe this is React portfolio, and then it will have a description, maybe a subtitle. Let's put a subtitle. Make sure spellings are correct. Subtitle, this is React dev portfolio. Then we should also it should have a description. A description to explain what about the project. So sorry. Yeah, here you should have some like let me like quick intro about your projects. For mine, I'm just gonna pick some random data. Let me pick some lorem. So and there we go. Let me take that one back. So the this will be my description, and then you'll have an image, and then image. So we need to let's head back here to our folder src. Inside our src, let's create an image folder. let's have an images folder. Images. Perfect. So this is where we'll have our image. So let me just let's just put some example images that we'll be using into our project. So just go into your computer, pick any photo you like, and then drag it to your image folder. So let me pick mine. Let me add mine here, and then boom. So let me change it to yeah. So let me change it to project one, project-1.png. Remember, you can even use some GIF. If you have a GIF file, you can just use them here. But for my case, I think I'll use images, just normal images. Yeah. So how do we import the image that we have just created? So it's image and then /project -1 .png. So if maybe you have if maybe you are using a GIF file, it's just the name of the file and then .gif. That's how simple. But for my case, it's PNG, so I think I may go with PNG. And then one more thing. Yeah, one more thing is you may have a link. You get a link where your project is. Maybe if someone clicks on that specific project, it should take that person to that project. So you may add a link here. Link. Let me pick one of my project. Let me go to my Vessel account. Vessel. Then my dashboard. Just I believe you have some online projects, some cool online projects. Feel free to use them. So for my case, let me just pick a random one. Copy the link. Back to the project, then boom. Now, so if you have a link, you just press in your link. Maybe it's www.com, the name of the domain. It may be a domain. It may be hosted under free domain. Doesn't matter. Just pass in the URL to the project. Perfect. Now, that's done for the project. That's project one. That's project one. So let's do the same for the rest. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this, and then I'll paste, how many times? Let me have like yeah. So the last one. Right. So maybe.
Sorry for bothering.
Yes.
There is a question in the chat from Mariam.
Oh, let me see. Let me check the chat.
Thank you.
Oh, two, actually two. All right, so I'm getting hello, my Visual Studio Code. When saving the code breaks, I have installed ESLint and I have configured, but still having some problem. Please help. All right. Mariam, are you able to share your screen? Let me know if you're able to share the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Share the screen.
Let me try. I've tried to install Atom because I was unable to save, so I was getting errors. So let me show you this VS Code.
Okay, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, proceed, Mariam.
Are you seeing my screen?
Let me stop sharing first. All right, now I'm seeing your screen. All right.
I've been trying since last week. until I have nimeka atom kwa sababu hii ilikuwa haifanyi. Sasa nikabidi niweke atom.
Okay. It's just some, I mean, simple thing we need to fix. Okay, twende kwa hiyo extension, the one we installed, the snippet that gives us the power to let's see, ES7.
ES7.
ES7, yep. Yeah, okay, it's there, it's installed. Perfect. Now go back. Okay, go back to app.js. Okay, let me give you some quick keyboard shortcuts. To hide the left panel, the parts when unaona we have the ES7, this one, you can, instead of clicking those two buttons, I mean those two kind of button, you can just use a keyboard.
Your voice is very low.
Nasema, I'm saying to hide the panel on the left, you can just simply click on your keyboard, Control B. Yeah, to open the terminal or to close the terminal, it's Control J. Perfect. So at least like those are some quick shortcuts to make you more productive and focus on your work. Like, no, you don't have to focus on what's in my left and what is my right. So kindly delete everything. Just delete everything. Type RFC. RFC. Yeah. Enter. Press enter. Perfect. Now, so that hiyo ndio ilikuwa shida sasa. But sasa uki open up your terminal, Control J, there will be no error. See, we have zero problem. So
there is a message. Save, there is a message kwa inakuja nasema unable, fail to save, compare, override.
Yeah, because the JavaScript was complaining juice. Now Apple able go back to the Control Z to go back to what you had on the previous. Control Z to go back. See, that's the error. So you know error. See, you bring your cursor to one of the red line, it will tell you what the problem is. See, we have a div. Hapo kuna div which is, so hapo tunambwa unexpected token. So that code is broken. So we have some opening and closing.
When I save.
Yeah.
When I save,
if
inafanya hivi.
Yes. You can't save because we have error. There's an error. There's a bug. There's an error. So you have to fix that error. Ndio usipate another output error. So napo sahi nani React is complaining. We have a div which is not closed. We have a div which does not have its own corresponding tag. So ukisave, it will bring errors. So on your right, if you're so keen on your right, we have some red lines.
Yes.
Yeah. So that tells, yeah, we have some red lines. So only and JavaScript is complaining there's some. Yeah. One thing about coding is you'll never escape from bug. You have to fix it. So anytime you come across an error, just go through the error, understand what the error wants, and then fix it, boom, and then the project will run. So you can now do what I told you. I mean, you can just go back, put a click to RFC, and then you can now continue.
Now I want to tell you what happened.
Yes, tell me.
The code was right, was good yani. Sasa when I Control S ndio ika break hivi venye unaona sasa. Umenielewa?
Oh, I mean kuna, okay, fine. Hiyo ni inaitwa
the VS Code. Nikifanya na Atom inakuwa sawa na save and all that. But sasa nikikuja kwa VS Code nikiendelea ku type, then when I save ina break, hizi brackets zinakuja juu, hizo maneno zinakuja chini, hivyo yani ina break.
Yeah, perfect. That's a good question. Let's fix that. On your left down, we have a gear icon like inakaa kama setting. Left kwenda chini, chini kabisa, down. Kuna hiyo kadude kanakaa kama setting.
Setting, this one.
Yep. Ama you can either go it, okay fine. Enda kwa settings, hapo the second option. So the reason why ukisave in a format is kwa your settings you have keep umeka on. So unapoenda kwa text editor, and at the text editor look for format on save, you just uncheck them. Enda kwa formatting, na pale imeandikwa formatting. Unaona hapo kuna hizo some option na kupatia paste on. Check hiyo. Just check ya kwanza. The first one. Check the first one. Scroll down. Kuna hiyo part hapo inasema umetoka huko. So na file auto save eka on, turn it on. Hapo on. Click hapo weke on. Hapo unaweza sema on focus change. Simply simply like unasema if it's each anytime like I do any coding and I save, format for me the code. It will kuna vile ina format automatically nice. It makes your work look neat and clean. Scroll kwenda chini. Hebu tuende kwa let's go back kwa text editor. Actually, let me show you one good thing on your right, scroll kwenda juu. Scroll kwenda juu on your right. Kwenye tuko hapo kwa text editor. Scroll kwenda juu. Twende kwa hapa. Let's install one more extension that it will work on that one. Let's install one extension. Prettier RFC. Take the first one. Hiyo ya kwanza hiyo. Install.
What about this? I've installed this Prettier ESLint.
Hiyo uninstall. Hiyo inakuletea error. Kuna some errors they are like it's unnecessary. So with ESLint itakuwa tu inakupatia hizo, you can just disable it. Okay, perfect. Hiyo ukinstall hiyo, it will always give you warnings, like it's kind of so keen on JavaScript code, inakupatia warning each time, so it will like make your work more hard and more like good, but sasa itakuwa inakupatia challenge anytime ukikosea spelling ina run code error. So unaona sasa umeinstall, go back to your app.js. So now we don't have any error, but sasa still there's an issue.
Yes.
Actually, since umeshare hapo kwa extension, install live share.
Live share.
Live share. The first one. Okay, perfect.
Live server.
No. Hiyo tu umeinstall tu ya kwanza hiyo tu. Right, let me check some chats. See, you have a GitHub account.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Meanwhile, while hiyo ina install, let's go back kwa app.js. Turudi back kwa ile app.js. So, futa hiyo and then utype RFC. Yep, enter. So, no, where should we pick from? Sasa, see, you have already created the ISO files, the about file, skill, header, contacts. Ushazi create zote?
Nimecreate kwa Atom. As in nimeendelea hii app kwa Atom. Hii ilivyokuwa inanisumbua nikaachana nayo. But sasa nikifungua hii the same file haioni.
Hebu click hapa kwa nani hiyo icon control B yani to see the files. Aya, let me just do a quick setup on your side. Click hiyo nani extension yenye iko chini hapo after hiyo button ya extension so that we should not take too much time.
This one.
Yeah, that one. Aya, click share. Click share. Aya, umeclick share imekuletea any output?
Nothing.
Aya, fine. Click your button ya kujoin so that it communicate your. Okay, before we join, just hold on kiasi. Have you signed in with your GitHub on your Visual Studio Code?
I've tried doing it, but haikwenda through.
Aya,
I don't
click
know
your button.
What's wrong.
Let's click your button inakaa kama ka person chini on your left down.
This one.
No, yenye juu yake sasa. Yeah,
account.
Click. Yeah, yeah. Yes, that one. Aya, ona inasema you are not signed in sign in, click huko juu imesema sign in and turn on. Kuna button ya blue kubwa inasema sign in. GitHub, sign in with GitHub. Give it a time, it will open up some browser. Good. I continue. Open.
They open.
Yeah. Perfect. Now you can close that tab. Allow, sema open.
Which one?
Click open. Hapo tu click yenye imekuletea. Perfect. Sasa now try to share. Umeclick share?
Yes. Kuna something hapa inasema setting sync show log is turned on.
Hiyo achana nayo, hiyo si issue. Haya, hebu click hiyo button ya ku okay. One more thing.
Yeah.
Let's go back to an extension. Tuende kwa extension. Haya, hapo juu type GitHub. Type GitHub. Haya, nataka chukua ya tatu. The third one. Install the third one. That one.
This one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it gives you the power to integrate with your GitHub and how it works flow. Yani, it's kind of connect your Visual Studio Code with your GitHub so that you can, any GitHub can work with the Visual Studio Code. Kuna hizo mambo ya pull request, managing like commenting, push. Aya, hiyo imemaliza. Aya, sasa click hiyo button ya share.
To enable the Visual Studio GitHub support, please set a person.
Aya, click hiyo tu. Click.
Many settings.
Aya, sasa
Personal access to.
nishajua wote. Aya, have you configured Git global in your machine? Okay,
I'm not
that one
getting.
maybe nasema, so do you have Git installed on your machine?
Yes. Ile terminal ya GitHub ama the desktop ya GitHub.
Uko nazo hizo?
Yes.
Aya, fine. Now, did you configure GitHub as a local into your local machine?
As in kufanya ile remote, ile kuweka macodes ama it remote what?
No, kuconfigure like unaona saizi ukijaribu kupush any code to your GitHub using terminal itakuletea hizi personal. Okay, I think this one may be for another session. I'll teach you on how GitHub flow works. And yeah,
manake I've been adding this code lakini as the end nikienda kwa Git iko hivyo hivyo bado new repo.
Yes, the problem is we need to, okay, fine. Fanya aje, command J. Aya, clear the terminal. Hapo type C and so how to clear, yeah. Aya, type hapo git config ngoja kidogo, let me confirm before I tell you config. Actually, let's just go to the hapo tu kwa browser, hapo tu type tu hapo juu tu how to configure Git. Kuna hizo commands zitakuletea and then you'll use them.
Globally.
Yeah.
Ama
hivyo tu, sawa. Yes, on Windows, alafu enter. Yeah, kwa sababu for you to be able to push your code on GitHub, you need to configure GitHub globally on your machine. So that you need to set up your personal token, your password and username, so that the GitHub will allow to push the stuff for GitHub. Okay. Aya, scroll chini tusome your article. Actually, if anyone else has still problem on configuring, yeah, take the first command. Copy the first command, hiyo GitHub account.
nione user.
Hello. Yeah, nasema. Hello, Mariam.
Yes.
Can we see now? You know where the article is on how to configure GitHub. Ndio?
Yes.
See, hiyo tab usifunge. After the session, we'll just go through it. It's only two things hapo: Git your config, username, then the email. Yeah, yupo tu. Alafu
Then after that
it will work,
nitafanya
man.
chenye
Yeah, hiyo git, commit, push itawak. But
okay.
plus it may prompt you with some errors baadaye, because you need to set up network the personal. So napo imesema personal token.
Yes.
So na kwenye imesema personal token, you need to have a personal token ambapo GitHub give you a personal token. So let me just show you quickly where to get your personal token. Let me just share on my end. So to be able to get your personal token, it's just simple. Go to github.com/your username. This is my username, fhub1. So ukiwa sasa ukiwa kwa GitHub account yako, kwa hii hapa ka icon kaka juu, uko juu, enda pale kumeandikwa settings. Now ukiwa kwa settings, enda on your left, scroll down, kuna part imeandikwa developer. Ukiwa kwa developer, kuna pale imeandikwa personal access token. So ukiwa hapo, mimi niko nayo tayari, I have one. But if you don't have, kuna hii button hapa imesema generate new token. Utaklik your button, it will generate for you a new token. If you generate a new token, so if after it shall generate a new token, let me show you. Let me just click generate new token. It will ask for your password. You just put in your password. Just put in a new password and then confirm. Boom. So hapa be keen hapa hivi. Una hapa kwa expiration date na expire. Usiweke 30 days, sema tu is no expiration, isi expire. Then from there, the rest they are not somehow important. The rest are, yeah. So you'll just check in some repo and then workflow and then admin public key and the rest. So ukisha click hizo utakuja kusema hapa generate. So it will create for you your personal token. Oh, hapa lazima utaipatia name. So mine is push token for instance. So uta generate token. Ukisha generate, it exists. So maybe fixing something. That's maybe my token. Maybe. So nikishamaliza hapo nitasema generate. Now it will create for me. Sasa hii token hii, this one, you'll copy it. Ukicopy, itakuletea mambo na you need to do some, okay. I'll share some article about this one later. I'll leave some article on how to configure GitHub, like completely to work. So tukianza about Git, it will take time.
Is it,
but I'll leave some
concerning with configuring?
Is it concerning configuring?
Hello? Like
yes.
SSH or something like that?
Okay, your personal token. Unaona ukisha configure Git as your first time in your local machine, the moment utataka kupush the codes kwa GitHub kwa cloud, itakwambia like something like you are not authorized. SSH. Yes. Yeah. Okay, your personal token, like usipoweka, ukipush itakuletea error, yani you are not allowed. Like itakuletea something like fatal message. I will leave the nani. I mean, I will leave there's a tutorial on that. I'll leave it on the nani in the link. Sawa, at the end of the session nitaeka a blog post ama a video tutorial on that. So meanwhile, let's just proceed. Tuendelee tu kwenye tumeachia. Yeah, about GitHub, don't worry, I'll share with you the resources. Actually, let me do it now so that nisisahau. Nishatuma hiyo. I'm sending the link to the video. At your free time, you'll just go watch that tutorial. It's just simple. You'll first configure Git globally, alafu second now go watch that video. It will show you how to set up your personal token as globally. Also as in isikuletee error in terms of pushing codes in your GitHub account. Aya, let's proceed. Aya, you can, Annie, as in you can, let me stop sharing. Okay, you can share your screen back. Okay, so let's actually, okay, until this point, anyone who has issue, anyone who has question, let me know in the chat if you have any question. All right, so quiet means there's no question. So let's proceed. Sorry for the interaction. Let's just proceed from where we stopped. All right, so tulikuwa hapa. So we are done with the project. For my case, these are my projects. So I think I may have 1, 2, 3, 4 projects. Those are enough. So let's do another one. Let's add more usable data. So I'll say export const. So if you have noticed something about an error, it should be outside. It should be outside. So export const. Now let's work on the hello. Let me know if you have any questions before I jump straight forward to something else.
Niangalie sijui kama nazenga nyimbo.
Okay, guys, so that's it for today. If maybe someone has a question, okay, so that's maybe the end of today's session. So I was targeting so that we can do the rest, like building the header and there's some about section and so. But time is somehow little small. So I've leave some blog posts. Kindly go through, read those blog posts at your free time. Maybe next time we'll meet again and we'll pick from where we stop. So please go through the blog post. The blog post will help you a lot. And let us know maybe if you get stuck at any point. I'm always available to help. And yeah, so let me know the end. But please go through the blog, and also um, don't forget, I'll be leaving out the full tutorial to my YouTube channel. Be by next week it will be on my YouTube channel. So also don't forget to follow me on YouTube as well, because I'll be leaving the full tutorial on the YouTube. And please let me know if you have any question. You can send me an email, or you can follow me on social media, ask me any question. I'll be more willing to help you. So thank you for your patience, and thank you all for coming, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, as well, as I can see in the chat. So let's meet next time, full energy. And before we leave, what I leave you is, as a good developer, you should not quit. At least try to code 3 weeks a day, I mean a week, to improve on your skills. Yeah. So bye bye, guys. Take care and be safe. See you.